And we now lead the series still 2-1, but the Cubs getting back in it. A loss there surely would have put their hopes in doubt, and they still kind of need a win here. I mean, 3-1 is by no means a guarantee, but that would still be a nice little series lead for us. So this is a big game still. They've got Adam Wainwright. We are throwing Andrew Triggs in game number 4. And I'm going to give d'Arnaud a start at catcher, and I'm going to give Jimenez a start against the right-handed Wainwright. Rosario, 1 for 4 that game. Still hitting pretty well, but I want to give Jimenez a start against one of the righties. They're going to be throwing Quintana and Lester the next 2 games, presumably. So I know I'm going to be going with Rosario in both of those games. So we will see what Jimenez can do tonight. He'll be hitting... I'll hit him 6th. I think I'll continue doing what I was doing. I'll hit Gurriel 3rd. Oops. And move Harper into the 2-hole. Then Schwang. No, that Conforto, Smith, Schwang. We'll do d'Arnaud, then Jimenez. Make it a little bit more righty lefty. And Triggs on the mound. He went 4 innings, gave up, or 3 innings, gave up 4 earned. I don't know how that equals a postseason ERA of 2. I guess it's actually 12. It just looks like 2 on this. I thought it was 0 yeah, it looks like 0-1 with a 2 ERA. But whatever. All right, game number 4. Triggs versus Wainwright. And we are off. Leadoff double for Mookie Betts here in the top of the first. And it's Harper hitting 1 to left. That is going to be caught by the left fielder Happ. You can always, I feel like you always know if it's going to be caught or not based on the base runner. Like that is going to get down. Betts rounding 3rd. He is going to score on the RBI base knock from Yuli Gurriel, who continues to come up with big hits here in this postseason, driving in a lot of runs, it seems. That is going to be caught. A pop out for Conforto, 2 down for Dominic Smith. He flies 1 to right center, and that is going to be playable for Almora. But we do push 1 across and take a 1-0 lead. And woo, Adam Wainwright coming out of the game. It looks like he maybe had a blister or some sort of problem with his hand. That is going to be interesting. I mean, Wainwright wasn't too imposing. I know he had a good year, but that low BABIP we talked about, and I mean, the Cubs bullpen isn't that good, though. I guess they're probably going to, well, they're bringing Chatwood, not Hendricks. Chatwood, probably a downgrade on Adam Wainwright, so I guess I'm fine with that. But anyway, into the top of the second we go. And now Triggs back on the mound. Triggs has had 2 smooth innings so far. Make that 3. And now we've got a couple guys on for Dominic Smith, facing Chatwood, finally getting a little bit of action against him, but that is going to be a double play ball, and they do turn it. So now Schwang up with a man on 3rd and 2 outs, and they're going to bring in Carl Edwards looking for the strikeout, and that move pays off as Schwang is retired by way of the K, and we head to the bottom of the 4th. Triggs still having no issues. He finally has faced 1 more than the minimum, but hasn't really mattered. And we've got the man on 2nd with 2 outs for Mookie Betts. He pops it up, and Rizzo is going to make that play. For out number 3. So to the bottom of the 5th we go. Triggs continuing to have no issues whatsoever. 5 strikeouts so far, 76 pitches. No hits for the Cubs. 2 walks, but no hits so far allowed by Triggs. Interesting. To the top of the 6th we go. And we have not really done much since that first inning. So Triggs is going to need to continue pitching well, and he does just that. Still no hits for Chicago. To the top of the 7th we go. And now we've got a leadoff double for Dominic Smith. Showing up next, hitting 1 to center. That is going to get down. Smith will stop at 3rd. He is so slow. He never scores on a base hit from second base. So that's going to bring d'Arnaud up. They have Tyler Jones. Never heard of this guy. He's into the game. He strikes out d'Arnaud. That's a big strikeout for out number 1. They can move the infield back to double play depth. And Triggs' spot's going to come up in a big spot here, isn't it? Oh, man. I'm going to send Smith here because I want to leave Triggs in this game. I'm absolutely... Happ as a cannon. Smith looks like he got in there, and he did. So that makes it 2-0 Mets. We finally push across that second run. And I'm leaving Triggs in. Maybe a mistake there. Easily could have gone to the bullpen, only needing 9 outs. But Triggs, I mean, he has not allowed any hits, so I'm not going to take him out. He is at 88 pitches. So definitely a terrible decision on my part all around. But that's okay. That's okay. We don't really have a clear 7th inning man anyway, especially with Dunn not available today. So here we go. Triggs into the 7th. I'm just going to start going batter by batter because of the fact that he hasn't allowed any hits yet. And Chris Bryant's up now. That is the first hit. Okay, so now 2 men are on after that leadoff walk and the single by Bryant. 2 on for Contreras. He hits one to left. That's going to be caught by Conforto, and no advance for Happ at second. Zobrist is up next. He grounds one sharply to the first baseman. Smith goes to second for one. No throw. Back to first. So 2 outs. And it is Schwarber up now. And I'm going to make the move to Dylan Betances to face Kyle Schwarber. He's behind 3-1. I'm okay with a walk here. Facing the left-handed Schwarber. This is not the best matchup, and he does walk. So the bases are loaded for Refschneider now, another pinch hitter. This is a matchup I like. And yes, Betances gets out of it with the strikeout of Refschneider. So they load the bases but don't get any runs. Betances at 10 pitches. He can definitely start the next inning at least. We've got a man on second with a 1 out for Gurriel facing the left-handed Bucklew, and he strikes out. So 2 down for Conforto, who's got a 3-1 count. He works ball 4. Now Smith up. He's also ahead in the count. He hits one well to right center, back, and off the wall. 1 run scores. That's going to get 2 runs home. Smith going for 3 bags. And wow, look how out of gas he is. And they got him. Unbelievable. Dominic Smith, incapable of scoring on a base hit from second and incapable of hitting a triple, as we just discovered, because he will never get a better ball to hit a triple on in this game than that one. But 4-0 now. That is a pretty nice little buffer we just built ourselves with those 2 more runs. I'm going to leave Betances in for now. We'll go batter by batter. Almora striking out. He does throw a lot of pitches, so that's why maybe even if he gets Hayward here, I'll probably go to Ta. He does miss. So it's Rizzo now. I'm going to... Yeah, I'm gonna go with him for 1 more. And he hits Rizzo. Okay. He's already done for tomorrow anyway, so I figured I would just go the 1 more, get all I can out of him. But now we're going to go to Ta. I could have double switched, but hopefully it won't matter. He strikes out Happ right there. Now it's Chris Bryant. Bryant flying one, or popping one up, I should say, left side of the infield. And Jimenez makes the play for out number 3. So Ta getting out of the jam right there. He continues to be just dynamite out of the bullpen. On to the bottom of the 9th we go with a 4-run lead, looking to close out our first road win of the playoffs. And Todd does just that. He continues to dominate this postseason. And we take a 3-1 series lead over the Cubs, as that is a big game, number 4 win. We finally get a road win in the playoffs. That was huge. And Todd just continuing to be the story. I want to look at 2 things. I want to look at Todd's postseason stats, first and foremost, because I want to see like how many base runners he's allowed. I know he hasn't allowed any runs. But despite kind of a shaky regular season, I never lost faith, though. He has great peripherals, and just was never worried about him, to be honest. How do I look at postseason stats is the question. Here it is. Split postseason. 8 2/3 innings, 6 hits and 3 walks, but 9 strikeouts and no runs across. So he has allowed a handful of base runners. It hasn't been dominance, but I don't think he's allowed any inherited runners either, honestly. But the other thing I had to look at is how many triples has Dominic Smith hit in his career. If he's hit even 1 in this game, I don't know how that's possible. He has not. He won this postseason. He hit 4 in the regular. There's no way. That's impossible. If he did not get a triple on the ball that we just saw in Game 4, I don't know how he ever hit 1, let alone 4 in 1 regular season. And then he had 1 last year in only 388 plate appearances. He's low-key a triple machine, but just not when I use him, I guess. All right. So yes, we're gonna go back to Rosario at shortstop. Jimenez, how did he even do? He went 0 for 2. Did work a walk and had an RBI. I don't know if that was a bases loaded walk. I don't remember. But maybe it was a sac fly. I think he did have that sac fly that Smith came in and scored on, actually. I forgot about that. So he did that and earned a walk, but basically 0 for 3. And we're going to put Darno back in. I don't know why I haven't been playing him. Honestly, should be. And we're going to hit Betts leadoff. Keep doing this whole thing. Rosario 6th. And Steven Matt's back on the mound. He pitched well in Game 1. And he's got a 5.79 ERA this postseason. 10 ground balls, did have 10 fly balls. Only 2 strikeouts. The strikeouts are kind of concerning. I'm definitely going to be ready to go to Justin Dunn or Cody Anderson early in this game if I have to. Looks like Dunn's still... Oh, Dunn has a mild... that's why he was unavailable. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, probably go to Anderson first and maybe try to avoid Dunn, but if Anderson doesn't look good, we'll see. We do have a pretty well-rested bullpen, but it could be interesting if Matt struggles in this game. As 2 guys are on here in the first. It's Rizzo up. Rizzo hitting one up the middle for a base hit. And they're going to send the runner here. First time I think I've ever seen the Cubs score on a base hit from second base. But they do push across the first run. Now Addison Russell up. He hits one to the second baseman. Could be 2. And it is a big 4-6-3 double play. That gets Matz out of that inning. Nice turn by Russell there. Not Russell. By Rosario at shortstop. To the top of the second we go. We got first and third with 2 outs for Travis d'Arnaud. Facing the left-handed Quintana. That's hit sharply, but right at the shortstop, and it's bobbled. He went to second, and it's off the glove. Was that Javi Baez? That was Javi Baez, a gold glove caliber second baseman dropping the ball like that. That is huge, and that pushes across the first run. Now Matt's coming up. He strikes out on strike 3 swinging, but still a huge play right there. Ties up the game. To the bottom of the second we go. Matt's having more trouble. Quintana up. He's going to bunt. And Matz does make the play at first there. I am going to probably start warming up Cody Anderson. Because Matt's not inspiring a lot of confidence. Or not inducing a lot of confidence. Inspiring a lot of confidence. I don't know. And that's a base hit. That's going to get 1 run home. Maybe 2. And yes, 2 runs across for the Cubs. They retake the lead now 3-1. And it's the top of the lineup up. We'll give Mance at least 1 more batter. That is hit sharply. Could be 2. And another double play ball kind of bailing out Steven Matz. So that's going to buy him at least another half inning in the dugout. We do have the lead-up spot up. So it wouldn't be a bad time to go to Anderson, but we'll see. Betts leading things off. Nothing going that inning. Let's get Anderson back up. And actually, we're probably looking at a 1-inning reliever now, based on where the lineup is. So I'm going to get Callahan up instead. And see if Matz can't get some outs here. That ball hit sharply past the glove of Rosario into center field for a leadoff single for Chris Bryant. Now Javi Baez up. Baez strikes out on the sinker. 1 down for Anthony Rizzo. He's got 2 strikes on him. He hits one well to center. That ball back, and it's going to get down for extra bases. 1 run across, and Rizzo slides into second base with an RBI double, and that is going to do it for Steven Matz. I left him in to face the left-handed Rizzo, and he could not get the out. So Callahan will come on, and he's facing, I think this is Addison Russell, and it is, with a man on second, 1 out. That hit into right, and it looks like Schwan going out to make the play. He will for out number 2. Now it is Ian Happ facing a full count. Striking out, swinging, so Callahan getting out of the jam there. And now we will go until runners in scoring position. And it's a leadoff triple for Dominic Smith. Now Rosario up. He strikes out swinging. That is a bad strikeout for Ahmed Rosario. Schwan coming up now. He's got a 2-2 count, flying 1 to left. Looks like it's going to be plenty deep enough to get the runner home, maybe? Oh, this is Smith against Happ's arm. I'm taking the chance. Dominic Smith, show me what you got. And they didn't even go, but they got him. All right, cool. I'm glad I didn't even get to see that. Because it probably would have been embarrassing. And we're going to leave Callahan in. He's got 2 outs, but running into some slight trouble here. So I'm going to get Anderson up because he's going to be the next guy in this game. He gets Bryant looking. That looked like a wicked little slider or something. Breaking ball at least. And now I'm going to pinch it. Well, let's see who. I'm sure it'll be Quintana no matter what, but d'Arnaud flicking one to the shortstop. That's going to be caught. So the righty's still into the game. We're going to pinch it with Cicchini. Gavin Cicchini, see what happens. Probably nothing. Yep, okay. Anderson into the game. Just going to go a half inning and another run across for Chicago. We've got 2 on and no out now in the top of the 6th. Conforto takes ball 4, so Quintana finally running into some trouble. 3rd time through the order. Gurriel up with the bases loaded. This is not Gurriel. That's hit well to right. That is down. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs score. Here comes the 3rd run. That is going to be a triple. As it was Dominic Smith with the triple. Oh, my God. I thought it was Gurriel at first. But Gurriel was the man on first, and Dominic Smith with the triple. And now he's got another chance to score on a tag play from 3rd here. So he could really show what he can do. But that was a huge hit by Dominic Smith, driving home 3 runs, getting us back into this ball game. And the next man into the game for us, maybe Juan Nicasio, if Anderson's spot comes up in the lineup. This inning, it's Rosario. We struck out last time he had a man on 3rd with no outs. This ball hit into center. This is hit very deep. Almora has a great arm. I'm not going to test that. I mean, that ball's hit very deep, but Dominic Smith is terribly, terribly slow. Now it's Schwang. He's got good contact skills. He hits one well to right. This should be deep enough. I have to send him here. Absolutely. Yep, Smith is going to score on that one. So make it 6-4. He does come home and score on a tag play. Kind of an upset there. And now it's d'Arnaud hitting one into center field for a base hit. So now Anderson with his spot. He was going to come out of the game either way, but now he will be pinch hit for. And they're leaving Quintana in for now, so I'm going to go with, I can't go with Heredia. Kind of have to go with Bohr here, quite honestly, even though it's against the lefty. And he's got an 0-1 count, grounding one to the second baseman. Throw to first in time. So to the bottom of the 6th we go. This game is all tied up, 4 runs across for the Mets that inning. And it's Juan Nicasio entering the ball game, dealing with 9, 1, and 2, and he gets them in order. 12 pitches, a very clean inning there for Juan Nicasio. And I'm going to get Pazos up, along with, we'll just get Pazos up for now, I guess. Torres in scoring position, nothing there for us. Let's go batter by batter. Nicasio dealing with Baez. There is a rare unintentional walk for Javi Baez. Now Nicasio going to come out of the game. Pazos in to face Rizzo. Got a 1-0 count. And Rizzo flicking one to left center. That's going to get down in front of Conforto. Baez going to 3rd. Rizzo going for 2nd. And the throw was too late, it looks like. As Rizzo was safe at 2nd. And now it's 2nd and 3rd with no one out. And we pretty much have to get Ta up here. This could be the whole game right here. I'm going to pitch around Addison Russell. I feel like I might as well put him on, honestly. We're just going to intentionally walk him. Now it's Ian Happ. Happ is a better hitter from the left side of the plate, so we're going to leave Pazos into the game then, in the game. And he's got him behind 0-2, and he hits him on 0-2, and that gives the Cubs the lead. That is just terrible from James Pazos. Now we've absolutely got to get Ta in this ball game. See if he can work some of his magic. He's got a 3-2 count on the left-handed Schwarber pinch hitting. And Schwarber hitting one to right. Actually, this is going to be foul territory, it looks like maybe. First base side. Smith making the play pretty easily there. for out number 1. Now Brett Gardner up next. With the bases loaded, 1 out. He's got a full count. He strikes out swinging. Big strikeout there for Ty. Out number 2. Now Jason Hayward with the bases loaded. 2 outs. Hitting one right side. Good play by Smith. Throw to first in time. And Ta getting out of that after Pazzo surrendered the lead. Ta came in with the bases loaded and did not allow another run to score. That keeps it a 1-run game, as he just continues to be absolute magic in this postseason. Top 8 we go. Can we get a run across? We've got 2 on with no out for Ahmed Rosario. They've got a lefty into the game, Randy Rosario. So I'm leaving Ahmed in. And he is going to hit one well to center, but that is going to be caught by Ian Happ, who's in at center field now with Schwarber in left. So 1 out for Schwang, facing a lefty, 1-2 count. And he strikes out. So 2 down now for Travis d'Arnaud. They're bringing a righty into the game for him, Mazzoni. d'Arnaud up, trying not to waste this opportunity. Hits it to the third baseman. Brian made the play, throw to second in time. And the Cubs get out of the jam. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Ta only had 15 pitches. I'm definitely going to... second and third, okay. Man, we don't have many options. I guess Betances. And then after that, we pretty much have to go to Paxton if we somehow get this game to extras. That is through into center field for 2 more runs, it looks like. A 2-run single for Javi Baez, making it 8-5. Now the left-handed Rizzo up. He grounds one. That could be 2. And it will be. So 2 outs. Now for Addison Russell. A 1-0 count to him. That ball hit to right. Harper coming on. He will not make the play. One more batter. That hit to left. That's going to get down. God damn it. I have to go to Betances now. I'm going to double switch him in for Rosario. Put Jimenez into the game. He'll lead off next inning. Needs a strikeout here. He's got Schwarber behind 0-2. That ball hit to right, but that should be out number 3. Harper will make the play. And we head to the 9th, down by 3 now. Jimenez leading it off. I'm just going to go to runners in scoring position. And we did not even sniff a run there, let alone 3. So we fall in game number 5. The series will go back to New York, but luckily we do lead 3-2. As we came up with a big game 4 win there. And these guys are designated for assignment. Whoops, I don't even know where I just sent TJ Rivera, but I don't really care. Here, I can fix that real quick. Promote to AAA. I think I sent him to like rookie ball or something. But here we go, game number 6, and hopefully this is the one where we close it out. If so, we would have DeGrom rested and ready for game 1 of the World Series. But we just need to win one of these next 2 games, no matter what, no matter who we use. It does not matter. We've just got to get to the World Series. Of course, that would be an improvement on last year. And overall, I mean, you have to say this has been a better year than last year, no matter what. If we choke the 3-1 series lead, it would be kind of tough. I mean, we'd obviously have a lot of sour feelings coming away from the season, but the fact that we improved our regular season win-loss by 12 wins and have made it back to where we did last year, no matter what, I think it's an improvement. But I digress. They've got the right-handed Hendricks on the mound. I'm going to go with Rosario. He continues to play well in this postseason, just as he did last postseason. And we are going to move guys around as we have. Plawecki or d'Arnaud is the question. I guess I'm going to stick with d'Arnaud for now. Smith will continue to hit 5th. And Schwang will continue to hit 7th. And it's Zach Wheeler on the mound in Game 6. DeGrom, 81% on 3 days rested. I'm just going to save him for a potential Game 7 or a potential Game 1 of the World Series. And they have Kyle Hendricks on the mound, making the start over Adam Wainwright, I guess. Well, Wainwright wouldn't have, because Wainwright went in Game 4, I believe. So I guess this is him making the start over John Lester, who struggled, obviously, in his last appearance. And I don't even see him on the roster, honestly. So I don't know what happened, if he got hurt. Maybe he got hurt and I just didn't see it. But Hendricks, who started the series in the bullpen, moving to the rotation for game number 6, and I'm pretty sure this would be Lester or Darvish's spot in the rotation. I think it would be Lester's though, because Darvish pitched. Yeah, Darvish pitched in game 3. So I guess he's in for John Lester. Wainwright could go in game 7 because he only threw 19 pitches in his game 4 start. So it's going to be him or Darvish. But I guess they have to go Hendricks here in place of Lester. Hendricks has thrown twice in this series, although he has only gotten 1 out. I don't know what happened here. Oh, I guess this is today, actually. So he's only thrown once in this. Only thrown once all postseason. So, could be rusty, but I don't know if that's even a thing in this game. We already did our lineup, so I think we're all set. Here we go, game number 6 underway, and Wheeler, a little bit of trouble early on, 2 on and 2 out for Contreras. And a 2-2 count. Deuce is wild, and he gets him strike 3, swinging. 2 strikeouts for Wheeler that inning. And we head to the bottom of the first. We've got a runner on second with 2 outs, Mookie Betts. As Conforto coming to the plate now. Struggling this postseason, but hitting one into right. That is going to be caught. Jason Hayward making a fantastic play. He is one of the best, and he steals probably a run right there. And that sends this game still scoreless to the second inning. I think we got Zobers there. I don't know if that was a bunt or a swinging bunt or what, but Russell on second with 2 outs for Almora, and that's a balk. Another balk. We've seen that twice now this postseason. As Wheeler balking, Russell over to third. Almora up, hitting one sharply, but a nice play by the third baseman, Gurriel, who is not spectacular by any means, pretty average as a defensive third baseman, but he made a nice play there. And that keeps this game tied at 0. Into the third we go. Wheeler no trouble that time around, but we have not got much going off of Kyle Hendricks, who is looking pretty good here in his first start of the postseason. Now we've got 2 on and 1 out for Ahmed Rosario. Facing the right-handed Hendricks, hitting one to right. This ball fairly deep. Hayward's got a pretty decent arm, though. The runner is going to tag, and he will score relatively easily. Gurriel coming across, giving us the 1-0 lead on the sacrifice fly from Ahmed Rosario. And now we've got first and second for d'Arnaud. Shuang probably walked there, I'm not sure. d'Arnaud to the second baseman, and he grounds out. So out number 3. We do get the first run of the game and send it to the 5th on top 1-0. Wheeler facing 7-8-9. No problems there for him. He's through 5 scoreless at 75 pitches, only 2 strikeouts, so I could consider pinch hitting him here. But without Dunn, I really don't feel confident in my middle kind of relief innings, and I know I could still pitch with Dunn, but I mean, Influence is throwing moderate. I feel like that would probably have a pretty significant effect on his performance. So I think I would rather just see if Wheeler can give me another inning or 2. He's at 75 pitches. I think another inning would be great. So I'm just going to leave him in the game. My bench isn't that deep anyway, as I've talked about. And looks like nothing happened there. To the top of the 6th we go. Wheeler facing the top of the lineup for the 3rd time, and it's a 2-out home run for Chris Bryant that ties up this game at 1. Wheeler otherwise getting us through the 6th. He's at 89 pitches. His spot is not that close to coming up, but did not matter. So he'll start this inning at least. And we'll get Nicasio and Pazos up. It is 7-8-9 for the Cubs. That is fought off into right. That's going to get down for a base hit. Addison Russell with a bloop single to start things off. Now it's Kyle Schwarber pinch hitting. He strikes out swinging. 1 down for Albert Almora, who is being left in the game. He has been pinch hit for a few times in this series. He hits one well into center field for a base hit. Runner going for third, and he is in there. So Russell going first to third. And now with the 2 lefties coming up, I think I'm going to go to Pazos here, as Wheeler was at 102 pitches. Pazos kind of needs a strikeout here. Maybe a double play ball could do the job. He's going to face, I think, Jason Hayward. That ball hit pretty shallow right field. Harper makes the play. No tag from the runner. So out number 2, that go-ahead run stays at third base. That was actually a pinch hitter, Javi Baez into the game. Man, the Joe Madden loves to pinch hit with this team. So it's pretty nuts the amount of subs they make. But now Rizzo, 1 and 2, hits it softly. Pazos throw to first in time, and we get out of the jam. Only, actually no runs across, as it was already 1-1 coming into that inning. And a pretty nice job by James Pazos right there, getting out of that inning. Fly ball and then the ground ball that he needed. So I guess we'll get Betances up next. I think I'll try to give him the full 6th inning. Pazos' spot is due up in the lineup. It's Duensing starting this inning off, facing d'Arnaud. And d'Arnaud takes strike 3 looking. We're going to go with Cecchini next. And he gets to second with a double off of Duensing. So now it's Mookie Betts up with a man in scoring position. He grounds it to the shortstop. Throw to first is in time. What's their defense looking like now? They got Baez. Yeah, I figured they would put Baez at second, Zobrist into right field in place of Hayward. But now it's Harper with the man on second and 2 outs. He's got a full count, and he takes ball 4. So that's a free pass. Now Gurriel up. He tries to check his swing, but he went around. Duensing with a strikeout, getting out of the inning. To the 8th we go, tied at 1. And it's going to be Betances into the game now, with Todd warming up in the bullpen just in case. As Betances dealing with 3-4-5, it's Ian Happ leading things off. Of course, we already saw he hits better from this side of the plate, but he goes down looking there. 1 out for Chris Bryant, full count. That is ball number 4. So Bryant reaches with Contreras due up next, and that is going to be ball 4. So a couple of walks here. And that will bring the switch hitter Zobrist to the plate, batting from the left side with 2 on and 1 out. He's got a full count. And he takes ball 4, so 3 straight walks from Dellin Betances. And that is going to get him yanked from this ball game. It is Ta into the game now for the Mets, looking for a double play ball. He got out of a bases-loaded jam before. That is a double play ball, and Ta continues to be absolutely magical in this postseason. That's the only word I can think of that describes it. I mean, he is just a wizard. He has come out of 2 bases-loaded jams now, and I'm pretty sure he hasn't allowed a single inherited runner to score, let alone a runner of his own. I mean, he is just incredible, and what a signing that has turned out to be based on what he's done in this postseason. So here we go, bottom 8. Ta is at 4 pitches. He's already pretty spent, so unless his spot comes up in the lineup, I'll leave him in to start the next inning, but I don't expect him to go far. We will get Nicasio up and see what happens. It's 8-9-1 here for the Cubs. Refschneider goes down, strike 3. Now Almora, as Ta tries to get this game to the bottom of the 9th. At tied at 1, and that is strike 3 looking on Almora. Yeah, see, Ta's completely spent now. So, man, I really want to try and get him through this half inning, but you know what I'll do? I will just put Nicasio in, double switch him in for Rosario, and put Jimenez into the game, because that's what I got to do. I don't want to leave time to face Baez. Baez could very easily hit a home run off of Ta if he's tired. But instead, Nicasio's got him a high 0-2. And it's strike 3 looking on the breaking ball. Nicasio getting the K. And now we head to the bottom of the 9th. With the game tied at 1. It's Schwang leading things off, hitting one to right. But Refschneider is there to make the play. For out number 1 now, Travis d'Arnaud. I guess that could have pinched hit Bohr right there. That might have been a good Bohr spot. But instead, it's a ground out. Jimenez up with 2 outs, hitting one to left, falling fast, but not fast enough. And it is Happ who makes the play. So to the 10th we go. This game is tied at 1. Nicasio is going to stay in the game for now. I'm going to go batter by batter because this is tense moments. Game 6, winner go home for the Cubs. And we obviously don't want this series going 7. That would be pretty bad. All the momentum would be on the Cubs side, of course. We'd be on the verge of choking a 3-1 lead, but Nicasio dealing with this heart of the Cubs lineup pretty effectively here as he gets another strikeout and sets them down in order. And how many pitches is he at? Because, yeah, 16. He could definitely go further in this game. Mookie Betts leading things off. Can we get a run across from the top half of this lineup? Well, it's not going to start with Betts. Morrow working into his 3rd inning here. striking out Mookie Betts. Now it's Bryce Harper. He goes down, this time looking. And it is Gurriel now. Looking to swing at the first pitch here, and he hits it up the middle, but into the shift, and that is going to be out number 3. So pretty lifeless stuff there from the Mets that time around. Nicasio now dealing with 5, 6, 7 here for the Cubs in the top of the 11th. He strikes out Contreras. Where is this coming from? From Juan Nicasio. He is just putting him down right now. And it's Gardner pinch hitting. He goes down on the breaking ball looking. 5 Ks for Nicasio through 2 relief innings. Does he have one more in him? 0-2 count to Russell. That is hit into left field for a base hit. So a runner aboard here for the Cubs. Nicasio, I don't think he's got more than one more batter in him. And I'll get Cody Anderson up. I guess he'd be the next in the game over Paxton, as it's a Ref Schneider with a 2-2 count. And he goes down looking. Another strikeout on the breaking ball looking. Nicasio just really with an impressive relief performance. If we win this game, that's going to be a big-time performance out of him. But it's Conforto now, leading off against Dylan Maples in the bottom of the 11th. Looking to maybe win the game with one swing at the bat. And he hits one high, okay, not very high, but deep to left. Into the gap it goes. Conforto heading for 2. And that is a lead-off double from Michael Conforto as the winning run, the run that would send us to the World Series for the first time since 2015, is aboard and at second base. He's got 45 speed. I'm not going to pinch run for him with no outs. Dominic Smith up. And Smith takes ball 4. So 2 men on now. Nicasio's spot in the lineup is due up. And this is definitely Justin Bour time. This is why we got him. If he came through in this moment, it will all be worth it. Not to pitch. What am I doing? To hit. He's facing a righty in Maples. And he's got a 1-1 count. Hit well into left. That ball is back and gone. A 3-run walk-off home run for Justin Bour. And that sends the Mets to the World Series. Unbelievable stuff right there. A walk-off home run to send your team to the World Series. I'm not sure how many times that has happened. I can think of Maglio Ordonez, but that's about it off the top of my head. I guess Travis Ishikawa more recently. But wow, unbelievable. Justin Bour, I don't think he had done anything all playoffs to that point. That might have been his first postseason hit, quite honestly. 222. He had a hit in a game against St. Louis, but that might have been his second postseason hit, 2 for 11, I think. Definitely his first extra base hit. And he drives home the winning run and then some, a 3-run walk-off dinger to send the Mets to the World Series. What a game. And we continue to dominate at home. We are still undefeated. Playing at Citi Field, we head to the World Series where we will be facing the Boston Red Sox, a rematch of 1986. The Red Sox took down the Indians in 7 games. They were a 102-win team. Of course, this was the matchup of the 2 best teams probably in the league, quite honestly. I guess the Red Sox more even with some of the top National League teams, but the Indians about 10 wins better than everyone else. They're at least 8 wins better than everyone in the NL. So they would have been a pretty mighty opponent. Almost 1,000 runs scored for them. But instead it's the Red Sox. They took them down in 7. So going to be a good series there. That is going to do it. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Thanks for watching. And I will see everyone in the World Series. Peace.